Approaching my news.
Alrighty. Yeah, we're live.
Woo!
The audio's back on, I think. Yeah, if it's not, let us know. But thank you all for joining us for the Morning Brick, the best place for your LEGO news, rumors, discussions, and opinions here at 9:30s on Atlanta Brick Code TV. I'm your host, Mark, joined by Daniel and Chris. We got Chris again. I mean, I think the last time you were busy on a trip, you were in Orlando or something, but we're glad to have you back, Chris. And yeah, we've got some news today.
Well, thank you, Mark. Glad to be back.
Absolutely. To finish my intro, we've got some news today. It's not like a gigantic news cycle day like it was. I think last week we had a lot, and then we've had some huge ones in the past. But today's a relatively normal day. But we got some fun things that'll be happening later. So
something huge will come out right after the morning break.
Yeah. There's going to be a big drop of all these pictures and news that we didn't even know about.
Next to Zach said a special guest. So interesting. I guess because it's been a while since Chris has been on.
Well, so actually, Chris is not the special guest. No offense, Chris. You're a special guest, but you're not the special guest we're talking about.
Oh, that's right. You said
so,
yes. That's right.
Yeah. We got somebody coming up.
The title or in the...
I was commenting in the chat and letting people know that there is actually something fun coming up.
Speaking of special guests, though, we've got Tim Kroll joining us this morning. Good morning, Tim.
He also says he has lots of opinions, so good to see you, Tim. I actually need to get back to you on an instruction booklet you were asking about, so I will get you, text you back on that.
He's just here to call you out.
Yeah, that's it. That was it.
He's coming to your place of work to threaten you. Where's my instructions, Mark?
Alrighty. So, let's start, as we usually do, with our LEGO Life this week. So, who wants to go
LEGO
first?
Life? Wasn't that like a failed attempt?
No, it's still going.
Still going?
No, that's
Who's playing LEGO Life?
If you want to look up a really defunct app, just go to, the App Store on whatever phone you have and look up LEGO Life. It's a weird little...
No, I'm a Life of George guy myself.
That's really old school.
Hey, could you use a coaster
right,
here?
sorry,
We've got these
sorry.
very nice coasters from the Morgan Sagan
Your bottle
bar.
is known to be a little leaky there, Daniel. So we want
a little sweaty.
Yeah, a little sweaty. All right. So I guess I'll go first. In my LEGO
go
life.
for it.
I was building more rock raiders.
Good.
That's
Excellent.
gonna be. It's been 15 weeks, and it's like not even a third done. And so it's going to be a little bit
slow
more.
Burn.
Yeah, it is. I'm actually hoping to take a few days off at some point in May to just really kind of get some real progress done. We'll see.
Hunker down.
But I bought some Clickets yesterday and posted a reel on them last night. So
for your Rock Raiders, Mike, you're gonna use a lot of Clickets parts.
Just
in your
because I'm trying to get the Infinity Gauntlet of feminine Lego themes.
Oh, I see.
So I did Belleville, I did Friends, I did.
Friends.
I haven't gotten any Paradisa yet.
Paradisa.
I got Clickets. I need Elves.
Scala.
And Scala.
Elves. That's 5.
Well, what else am I missing?
I don't know.
Anything else? Not Fabuland isn't feminine. Anyway, I'll find a sixth one. But yeah, lots of great feminine themes to explore still. The Clickets pieces are insane. I thought Belleville was crazy. Clickets are nuts. Anyway, what was your LEGO week like, Daniel?
Not too much. I did build my Lego House Pirate last week. That's a fantastic build.
Yeah, that's
great. You couldn't bring it in for show and tell?
There's a copy right there.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, Steven's copy is there. He's going to be hopefully finishing that tomorrow night on Joy of Building.
That is coming up.
If you want to see that epic conclusion.
6:30 Eastern Time here on Atlanta Brick Code TV.
I did get a package in the mail yesterday that I had honestly kind of forgotten about that I had ordered because it had been a while because I didn't get tracking on the package.
Ah.
So I got this in a auction on Facebook actually. Probably hold it closer. This is a prototype of the chrome black color done on keys. So around the time they were deciding how to do chrome black for that limited edition Darth Vader polybag that everybody knows is like one of the only things that's ever come in chrome black, I think, except a keychain. I think there's a 2x4 brick keychain in chrome black. They had to, do some tests to see how the color finish was going to look, and I guess one of the only chrome parts they were producing around that time was keys. So somehow we ended up with some chrome black keys. So I'm going to have to get maybe a little frame or something to put that in so those don't accidentally get broken off the sprue.
Pop them off by accident, test them out.
I'll put them next to my my sun discs on the sprue.
Now, do the chrome pieces, like the keys, for example, will that chip off if a minifigure holds onto it?
Probably after enough time. I mean, there is like around where the actual sprue separation marks are, there is a little bit of flaking and stuff. So I think like any chrome, you got to be kind of gentle with it.
Yeah, definitely not pulling that one off and playing with it.
I never really had a problem with like the chrome lightsaber hilts. You see a lot of those worn off. I think if kids were like really aggressively playing with them, but I didn't have too much trouble with those chipping off.
Gotcha. Very cool, Daniel. What about you, Chris?
Morgan said that those keys open Darth Vader's castle.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, so that they're kind of. I would put a high value on those because if you've got the Chrome Vader and Darth Vader's castle, you kind of have to have those keys.
Yeah, that's true.
Get in,
exactly.
That's true. I could see them doing that in one of those like animated TV specials or something where they always have those jokes.
Video game cutscene. Yeah.
He's got his keys to his castle.
That's a great comment there, Morgan. Thank you.
Well, my Lego week last week was spring break here locally, and I took my wife and daughter to Universal, and we did the whole Harry Potter experience.
Nice.
And that's definitely Lego related.
Yeah.
You know, it's just amazing, the butterbeer and everything. I'm gonna try to get some butterbeer to start selling in bottles here at the store.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's so good.
That's awesome. Yeah. The Harry Potter Lego scene is pretty cool. It's been exciting to watch a couple of the films and actually know some of the context for it now. So it's
In fact, that is where the Chrome keys originated, right?
Absolutely,
In the Harry Potter sets.
sure.
Yeah,
Hagrid's.
usually in either antique brass or chrome silver or something like that.
I don't know if they make chrome gold, but that would be something that would be pretty cool too. So
Yeah.
But yeah, very cool. All right, so that's our Lego life this week. Did we want to dive right into the news, or want to see if we want to bring a special guest on?
Yeah, let's see what's going on in the news outside remotely.
What if we
in the outside world?
Can we pick a news topic that our special guest would want to talk about and contribute to?
We can. We just,
Do we have anything that might meet their fancy?
I don't know. They're not really into those themes as much.
That's
I think,
true. This is mostly Star Wars and Harry Potter. All right, well, let's bring our special guest on then.
Let's do it. Okay. We need to get in touch with her. Does somebody have a phone that's not used as a camera?
Yeah, do I just need to text her?
Yeah, text
Say
Randy and
hop
tell
in.
her to join in. So.
Wait, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Oh. Okay.
She could have hopped in before.
Anyway, we do have a couple news items we'll bring out later, but we're trying to test this out because the fun thing about StreamYard is you can have multiple people all engaged on a stream at the same time. And we typically just have everyone in the same room, so we don't need to have several screens. But this is so that we can actually bring people remotely and have a good chat with them too. So
our first special guest will be coming from a very remote location.
AKA nearby.
The back rooms.
Yeah, exactly.
Here at Atlanta Brick Co. So we'll give them a few minutes to get in.
Quick question from Sam Williamson. Where did you get that amazing kit? And I think they're talking about, can they see your Lego?
I think they're talking about my
your
jersey.
shirt.
Yeah. The soccer jerseys and the uniforms are called kits.
Got it.
This is my Wednesday night league. It's a less competitive adult league, and we're the Beskar Hammers.
That's awesome.
Named after...
the Beskar...
Mandalorian.
You got it.
Yeah, that's it.
Daniel got it.
That's great. All right, so we've got a special guest.
She had
Let's
a pretty
talk
epic
about
fight
that
scene
here.
in, what was it, last week?
Hey guys,
Hey,
Good
good
to
to see you, Randy.
Very cool.
I'm
We got
coming
an
to you
echo.
live from the back room.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. We have an echo because we don't have echo cancellation on. We might have to turn it on really quick here.
That made the
Oh,
audio really messy.
Look, you have two special guests.
Let's see here. We got the audio.
Yeah, it's interesting because we got to be able to see and hear her, but at the same time...
Can you hear us, Randy?
I can hear you. It's kind of quiet, but I can hear you.
Good. Okay, we're getting less echoes now, so that's good.
Yeah,
It's as good as
Here's Ed trying
Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go.
Oh, it is old news. Sorry.
Who's that behind you, Randy?
Look it's two special guests.
this way.
There we go. Let's make sure we're not. Hold on.
Can they hear us?
We're getting an echo delay from a minute or two. That's very unusual. We'll have to continue to work out all the
They said there's
kinks.
It is like live news then.
I know the cameras,
Right?
but
That's
that's not weird.
cancellation back.
Yeah.
We're working out all the kinks.
Brickmon, Virginia said sound is not good for us.
Yeah, so we're going to turn that echo cancellation back off, but maybe just keep the volume down on the laptop.
All right. So, how are you guys doing over in the back rooms?
We are doing good. I had a couple things to share with you. I feel like you'll be pretty excited.
Oh, yeah. What do you got to share?
Look what we have coming out soon.
Ooh.
Hey, look at that.
And we're just getting a few more parts and some instructions, and then we're gonna have these great sets to go out. Look at that.
That's awesome. The
I
Royal
mean,
Knights bridge there. That's a really cool set.
Sweet.
Right? There's been a lot of talk lately about some red coats and blue coats, so I thought this might be interesting for some people.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
Look
a
at
good
that.
one.
It'll be out soon.
Nice blue coats.
We're about ready to put it out. So it'll be up on our website soon. And
Alistair, we're looking at you.
right. Oh yes, Malister. Wait, Joe's gonna help me. I have a beautiful assistant here to help me hold this one up. Look at that guy.
Oh, the train station.
Ooh,
Look at that.
somebody's gonna want that.
Right?
Yeah, pretty nice. I like the trains that come in this set. Oh wait,
Oh, Joe.
There we go.
Right?
Look, those are some cool items. I like your desk area. It looks very cozy in there. I've only been in there once or twice. I've never
This is
sat
the
down in there.
special.
So.
I was gonna say we could do a spin around. This is me and Daniel's special mega desk.
That is, it's a little desk pod
Daniel's
there.
side is way cleaner. You'll never guess what he's working on.
Oh yeah, that's a sweet looking army right there.
They're looking pretty good over here.
Oh, Nick
Look
just
at
said
those
someone
guys.
is probably Corey, referring to that train barn thing.
That is something Corey would go for. But yeah.
Right?
Well, awesome. Well, good to chat with you guys. We'll
Yay.
probably log off so we can get some more news done. But thank you for tuning in, and thank you
All right,
for letting us
guys.
interrupt your day.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you after the show.
yep.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
See
Okay.
you,
Bye.
Randy. Cool.
Okay. So we had some echo behind our
Think
mic.
it
So
could be single view.
yes, general. There we go. And single view. There you go.
Yeah, there you
So yeah, so we were hearing not only what she was saying currently, but also what she had said about 4 or 5 seconds ago, the same volume. So we still need to work on some things on our end, but hopefully you guys got to see a little bit of what we could do if we could pull someone else in, maybe invite some of our regular viewers to watch too. Got a couple of friends that would be really excited to see on here. Just chat with us for a second before we begin talking about the news. So that's
We'll do some more background testing.
exactly. I think we still need to figure out, because we're doing our own audio situation here is somewhat complicated. So if you're adding another source of sound, it could be even more unusual. So we'll see what we can do. So.
All right, where do we want to go first? We could go to Star Wars.
Can
Harry
we
Potter?
talk about the whole red coat and blue coat, including the blue coat army on Daniel's desk?
Yeah, sure.
There's a rivalry going on, all started by Malister with
Mm-hmm.
red coats and blue coats. I don't know any red coats, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm a blue coat.
Yeah.
I think, Daniel, you're...
I'm pretty impartial. I don't
I'm
really have strong
50-50.
feelings one way or the other.
I was
I'm a
thinking,
Pirates
you know,
guy.
we could do to settle this is have a massive tank battles army battle.
Yeah.
Maybe Malister could come and we could do that in the store and we could just have a big battle and just have it out.
There you go.
Red
Yeah.
coats versus blue coats.
Mm-hmm.
Might need to develop some additional game mechanics or something.
Yeah.
So you can do broadside attacks or something.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. We'll develop that too. We've been needing to revive tank battles for months now because we're
Yeah.
always busy and it takes a lot of people and time to do it. So we'll be doing more live streams and events like that soon, I'm sure. So, all right. But what Lego news do we want to talk about here? We've got a couple things we can break out of the.
I saw
the list
somebody
here.
mentioning that Lego Ideas project. Let's actually start with that one.
Okay.
So this is one that I think we've known about for a while. Was going to be coming to Lego Ideas, Tales of the Space Age. This is one that really shouldn't look that much different than the original submission. Oh wait, actually, see in that one it looks like the Big Dipper.
It does actually.
I don't know. All right, maybe it's different.
Interesting.
Anyway, we were having a little bit of a discussion about it beforehand. So the first three images there, the kind of comet, the crescent moons over sort of a Mars scene, and then the rocket taking off. Those were almost identical to the original submissions with a few minor changes. And then I believe they've added this one with this kind of lime green, either a Saturn-shaped planet or maybe it's supposed to be a black hole even. Could be kind of what that is. So these are really fantastic-looking designs. And I think it speaks to how great the original design was that they really haven't had to alter it all that much. But these are going to make a great shelf display piece for sure. I'll probably pick this one up.
Yeah, for $50, I think it's actually quite a good deal. 600
Yeah.
pieces. Yeah, good stuff. And what's interesting is, like you were saying, Daniel, those stars on the pink-colored little postcard,
Mm-hmm.
they change between pictures. So this is clearly the Big Dipper, and then that is definitely not the Big Dipper.
Yeah, just
So-
5 different discrete stars.
There's a little bit of a difference between some of the pictures. Maybe this was an earlier version of it that somehow snuck into the official pictures. Anyway,
it's an alt build or something. I don't know.
that might be a little...
Go back to the other one. Is the cloud shape at the bottom the same? Yeah, it seems to be. Huh.
Yeah,
very interesting.
Everything but the stars looks pretty similar. I don't see any differences.
Because we've been looking at the one with the sort of 5 stars, and I said, well, that's a shame because they lost the fact that there was kind of a constellation shape. But
yeah,
so maybe we'll have to wait and see what the deal is with that.
They added a 4th presentation. There you go. Might have the choice.
That will be coming out May 1st, as you said, for $50 and 688 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So looking forward to that one.
Let's see. We also have a number of things. Okay, so before we go too much into some of the actual spicy news, a couple weeks ago we had. It's for me. It's spicy. For a couple weeks ago, we talked about the Lego Batman figure getting an update and a change. We had a very blurry, pixelated picture then. Now we have a pretty good picture from Falcon Brick Studios on Instagram. It's still not perfect. It's kind of off kilter, but I think it actually doesn't look nearly as awful as the first versions of the pictures that we were seeing. This actually looks pretty in line with the somewhat cartoonish look of old Batman figures, so I don't think it'll be too much of a difference for people.
Is that a new figure there?
That is a new figure, and you can't even tell.
It's gonna have the white eyes dual molded into the helmet.
So instead of a hole through the eyes, it's just the white,
cool.
and it looks fairly similar otherwise.
I like that.
However, what's silly is I think in the preliminary images we saw one with the cowl off, and he still had the white headband thing. It's like, well, what's the point of doing the dual molding if you're still giving him that sweatband?
That'd be so stupid if they still had the band and there was no holes for it to look through.
Maybe they'll continue work on that. I think last time I compared this figure to looking like he had a balloon on his head that was kind of inflated, but now it's a little not that bad. It's more like he's just been stung by a bee or something.
He looks maybe like he's got a little sinuses
puffy,
up there, but
swollen.
That's about it. But yeah, he doesn't look too bad compared to what he did before, based on that picture earlier. So.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Batman, I did upload about 100 DC figures onto our website last night.
Nice. Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
So if anybody's into DC or have been looking for anyone, we have a lot of figures back in stock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, a quick note on the Space Age sets. The 5-star one could be Cassiopeia, and then might have a choice between the Big Dipper and the Southern Cross from the Southern Hemisphere. That's pretty cool. So if you're in Australia, for example, you could do what actually makes sense to them.
Identify with the Southern Cross. Got it.
Yeah. And Flounder said, I think it looks pretty good. He's okay with the new Batman design. He's hoping the stars would be Orion's belt, but oh well. That's probably not too hard to make.
As long as Flounder's okay with the new Batman design, I'm okay with it.
That's good.
I trust his judgment.
Yeah. Flounder's actually, I think Flounder knows quite a bit about superheroes because the one time I met him, he was wearing a shirt that had all the. I think it was the Castle figures or superheroes.
It's probably superheroes.
Anyway, it was one of the two. So
Flounder is a superhero in real life.
Yes, absolutely. Late but still here. Good morning. Good to see you, Mouster. We just talked about Blue Coats for a little bit. We had a tour of the back, and they were showing off a lot of Blue Coat stuff. So you may want to scroll back at some point and watch that. But thank you for joining us. Thank you everyone else who's joined. Don't forget to like the video, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Thanks, guys.
All right. Harry Potter, Star Wars, or Lego news?
What do we have for Harry Potter? Let's talk about that.
Harry Potter.
Because we already talked about Harry Potter a little bit. Your trip to Orlando.
So we've got a Battle of Hogwarts set coming. I think we kind of already knew about that one. We've really only gotten, I think, 1 or 2 Deathly Hallows sets ever. And so this should be another exciting one. And the news for this is that it's going to have the, I can't remember how to pronounce it, Scabior minifigure. It's the character that when the guys are Neville and I can't remember the other guy's name, Seamus, are going to blow up the wooden bridge. There's all the guys on the other side who are getting ready to chase them across the bridge, and then they blow it up behind them. So that's that minifigure there. So that should be interesting to see, getting a new character we've never gotten before. I guess that was the only Harry Potter news.
Okay.
Well, I also
we talked about Rita Skeeter figure.
Yeah, there is an image out there of the Rita Skeeter minifigure. I think we forgot to pull it in so we could show it off, but that is a figure that's going to be coming in an upcoming book.
Yeah.
The Lego Harry Potter, I think it's a minifigure guide or a visual dictionary or something like that. That's going to be coming with that new kind of lime green color scheme. Rita Skeeter minifigure.
Yeah, that one looked like an interesting color assortment there. Pretty good. Alrighty. Let's see. Castle Shields. Okay, so I was mistaken. Flounder's more of a castle guy, but still an expert on minifigures nonetheless.
That's right.
Yeah. Alrighty. Then Mouster's like, oh, Blue Coats, you say? Yeah, Blue Coats. That's right, Mouster. We've heard you may like those a little bit. So.
Are there any red coats out there? in our audience?
Grumpy J has taken on the Redcoat mantle in order to be contrary to
Good.
Malister.
Good.
So there's always Grumpy J's here for that competitive
That's a very
edge.
grumpy thing to do. That's excellent.
Yeah.
Maybe next time we get some emojis, or maybe we swap some around. Maybe we need a blue coat and a red coat emoji. So
Yeah.
people can drop that.
That's probably coming up soon. As soon as we get a few more emojis unlocked. But
I mean, here in America, redcoats have traditionally been considered bad guys.
I think so.
It's going to be hard
Yeah.
to get somebody to actually say that they're support the blue coat.
Yeah.
The redcoats.
Revolutionary War and both Civil
Yeah.
War, the United States had blue on their shirts, so it's like it's kind of we could
Yeah.
lean towards that historically. So, but
Yeah, but if you're going with that the blue coats are the French, I feel like more people
That's
might
true.
identify with the British instead of the
Mhm.
French.
Malster says, since Chris is here, any pictures of the blue coat creation you guys had at the show? I think he's talking about the big pirate.
Yeah,
layout.
I wish I had better pictures. I do have some pictures on my phone. I don't know if I can get them over to you.
Well, you might
Not
have
easily,
you
so.
might have seen it before on TV.
Well, it was on Lego Masters.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we
Ah,
could say
yes.
that. Or
Yeah,
not.
Okay.
we changed it up a little bit.
Mhm.
But it was from the
It was not
episode where they
technically
blew up
a,
the
It
boats.
was not technically a my own creation. It was their own creation.
I don't think they had minifigures on it either.
No, and
I don't
they
think
only
so.
had a few ships and they blew up very quickly. So this build was far superior than the one on the show, if you ask me. So, but the red coats are also known as the Grump coats. Good to know, Flounder.
Okay, sure. Does that mean it's Grumpy J's army?
The Grumpy J's new army. Yep. Alrighty. So that good to hear about blue coats and all that. But let's see. Oh, speaking of coats and fashion, let me bring up
Yeah.
my news for the day.
Yeah.
On Lego's
Bucket hats are in this
reward
year.
points, VIP point system. You can get a bucket hat on there. I don't know what the point threshold is, but I'm actually.
I didn't see it.
I'm
I can
excited
see,
about
is it
this
on there
one,
now?
guys.
Let me see if
It's
I'll pull it
probably
up.
on
You
there.
keep talking about bucket
Yeah.
hats.
Okay. So I remember getting hats very much like this in the early 2000s, and I thought they were super cool back then. I don't know if they've come back in style, but it doesn't really matter because I'll wear cutoffs. I'll wear bucket hats. This is my look. Okay. So I'm ready to embrace
They
it.
came back
Bucket
a
hats
little
are your
bit.
look?
Yes.
Okay.
I will wear a bucket hat to work and wear it on a live stream.
I could see Garrett wearing a bucket hat.
Garrett could
He
wear
could
one.
pull it off.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd look good in it, but that's what I would
Yeah.
wear. So.
They came back a little bit when I was in
There it is.
college, and now they're back in a pretty major way.
I would love to see Daniel wearing a bucket hat.
Well, so here's what's confusing to me. So it's
You'd pay money for that,
it's
Chris?
2,850 points,
That's a lot of points.
but they show. I guess it's a reversible bucket hat.
Oh, yeah, okay,
A lot of
it's
bucket hats are
It's
reversible.
an in and out. Yeah.
So you get this striped pattern on one side, and then the blue with the bricks kind of.
We've
on the
got
inside.
points on our account. We have enough points for
That's
it.
a lot
Mhm.
of points.
That's
Yeah.
a fair amount. That's
I've
2,000
only got about
points.
5,000, so that's like half my points.
What's the dollar equivalent of the mini
It's
points?
probably pretty expensive.
Like
Let's see,
$50.
choose your discount.
Mhm.
Let's see. It's a little more than $20.
Okay, so that's not
2,600 points would be a $20 discount.
So yeah, about $20
so
hat.
$21, $22.
That's
for the
not.
hat.
That's not an amazing deal for a little hat like that.
But again, it's not the kind of thing that's really going to crop up on the aftermarket, because the only people making a conscious effort to redeem to get VIP things are people who are going to keep it. It's not like
true.
a gift with purchase where people just end up with it without wanting it.
Yeah, I think I wish they would make more Lego hats because I would wear more hats if there were more Lego hats. So hopefully we'll see more stuff like this in the future. We'll see.
Mhm.
So. Anyway, what news do we have over here, Chris? You got a pretty big list there. What's on that?
I do, yeah. And we were talking about Lego ideas once already.
Yeah.
The space sets.
Mhm.
Have you seen on Lego Ideas? It's not approved yet, but it hit 10,000 supporters. It's a Bricklink color table.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that.
So I think it's an amazing idea, but half those colors Lego doesn't make anymore.
No.
So
yeah.
they would have to change
You're right.
how much
yeah.
plastic in their factory they have and what types of colors and dyes they're using. So that just seems like
But they could
Way
come
too
out
much
with a
work.
new one
That's
every
true.
like 5 or 10 years that
Mhm.
has the updated colors.
yeah.
And I love the idea of it. It's just so interesting.
Yeah, look, this has chrome silver, chrome gold, chrome antique brass on it. These are just colors.
I wish that whenever they released a new color, they gave you a tile and a 1x2 plate, and that you could like buy that as a $1.99 gift on your thing. You know? So it's like so someone could do this by slowly collecting all the colors. That'd be so much better.
That is a good idea, yeah.
Because right now there's no way to do it unless you painstakingly get it. You have to print out all those little labels. You have to do all this work to have a cool color graph, which everyone wants. I mean, we actually have sold stuff like this in the past. So.
I was gonna say, if you want something like this, I think it's We Love What You Build is the brand.
Yeah.
But we have them for sale here in our store, and I would imagine on our website, or did we take those
Yeah,
off?
yeah. But even they are limited with what they can do because they're just buying parts in bulk that are available on the market. So their updated color chart doesn't have some of the colors on there because they can't get that specific color in bulk of something.
Yeah.
So, no one could do it better than Lego.
Yeah, Lego could absolutely do it, but I don't think they will just because it'll actually cost more, and they're very much about cutting costs all the time. So
Interesting concept, but
you know,
that one will probably be a set.
So another thing about Lego Pick-a-Brick on their website. So Lego Pick-a-Brick, we don't talk about this a whole lot, but they've really stepped up their game over the past year, and they've gone from having like 1,000 parts available to having 12,000 parts
It's
available.
insane.
Yeah. So, in fact, a rare piece that we needed for one of our kits,
Is it the white
that
dish?
white dish for the Red Monster, we couldn't get on Bricklink. And I was like,
It's a 6x6
I don't know how
white dish.
we're not going to be able to make this kit anymore. And then I went on, somebody suggested going on Bricks and Pieces. I'm like, nah, if Bricklink doesn't have it, they're not going to have it on Lego's website. I went on Bricks and Pieces, and sure enough, they had it, and it was cheap. It was cheaper than Bricklink. And I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So, anyhow, so what? Another interesting thing coming to Lego's Pick-a-Brick is the we talked about these like 4 months ago. They are the Lego Ideas Test Lab kits, and they're not very good. They're like 5 or 6 kits. They're small. There's like 2 generic race cars that we've seen like 1 million times.
Yeah.
There's a couple of robots.
There's like a little greenhouse or something.
Yeah. And we've seen pictures of them a while ago. Apparently they're out in Europe right now. So you can go on lego.com and buy them. And in America, they're coming out in July. But what's really, really interesting is you'll buy them from their Pick-a-Brick site.
Interesting.
Not from their
So it's
normal
really,
Lego sets.
Yeah, it's really, they've done this for a while in stores on the Pick-a-Brick wall where they're like, here's a model you can build from these parts that are on the wall right now, and you just have to go pick them yourself, and you can download the instructions or something. So it sounds kind of similar to that, but they've got a much bigger catalog to pull from than the 30 bins or whatever they have in a Lego store.
So it's a test lab kit, so maybe we're gonna see more cooler
The first
stuff
ones,
come
the first
out
ones are a little
in the future.
lackluster, but maybe we'll have some better ones in the future.
Yep. Break on comments. We've got Daniel, bucket hats is not your style. If you wear one, I will make fun of you. So just next
You're going to make fun of me either way, so don't tell me what to do.
And then Malister says, Daniel, wear what hat you want.
Exactly right, Malister. Thank you.
And then
He's just sucking up, though, because I'm building his army right now.
Nexus is X says, yeah, I'm such a bully to my friend of me that dumps my sig fig in toilet water.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't want to tell
I don't know
Chris
what you're
about
talking
that?
about.
Chris would love that humor. It's great. Okay,
You can go see for yourself.
I'll describe it briefly for everyone who's here.
Set the scene. Tell us about the crime scene.
We've got, so something happened to Nexus's X minifigure in the city, because he's a member, you get to add your figure to the city. Somehow the porta-john had been tipped over, and it had spilled a bunch of little brown and blue studs all over his sig fig, just buried in sewage. And it appears that Daniel was messing with the crane, which had knocked it over onto him. So it's pretty...
Allegedly.
It's pretty,
Oh my
I
goodness.
mean, based on the physical evidence...
This is here in our city?
This is our city, so
Oh,
it's a
gosh.
pretty tragic and disastrous accident. But I think
There's
everyone
a
will be okay.
biohazard disaster in Lego City.
Exactly. They're going to have to send in the cleanup crew after that one. Anyway, so where were we on this? Where's our Lego news here?
Oh,
Well-
Malister said Nexus is a Redcoat fan.
Oh, there you go. Even more reason to hate Nexus.
So far, we've got Grumpy J and Nexus in the Redcoat army.
Gotcha. We should
The
actually,
sides are forming.
somehow we need to make like a contest or a bracket out of this somehow and just have fun with it because that'd be great. Oh,
Nexus,
we're so
Daniel would look good
competitive.
in a fedora. You take that back, Nexus. How dare you?
Daniel
How
would look
dare
good in
you.
any kind of hat.
How dare you?
yeah. I think Daniel
Yeah.
and me
I'm not a big hat
we need to
wearer.
try more hats on the
Yeah.
show. It'll liven it up a little bit. We'll see.
I had that top hat. The
Yeah.
Arctic fowl top.
The Arctic fowl top hat.
All right,
was pretty
I really only have one other piece of news that's not Star Wars, and then we can do all the May 4th stuff. Do you want to round out the non-Star Wars stuff?
Yeah.
There is a rumored Palace of Agrabah, which is the palace from Aladdin.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be a set coming for that. This one's kind of odd, but I imagine it being more of a playset style. I don't really see them doing a really big, fully fleshed out Palace of Agrabah. I don't think that's a very iconic location. I mean, you'd recognize it if you saw it. It's got these like huge gold onion domes on it, but I think it's going to be more of a playset kind of style. So
Yeah.
we'll just have to wait to see more pictures of that. But something else that's on the way.
Yeah, some of those Disney princess sets can be amazing, like the one that they released last week. But then some of them can be kind of like, okay, that's a very basic set, but it's good because it has the characters.
Speaking of which, remember we were talking about that 6x6 tile with that kind of crystallized thing? That piece is actually already out in a Mario set in, I think, like an azure color.
Okay,
not
kind
a
of a bluey color,
transparent
yeah.
color. Yeah, it's like
Interesting.
as an ice. And it is 6x6 by 2/3
Wow.
tile with that kind of fractured pattern on top.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So
All right.
you can get some of those for your rock raiders.
I might. We'll see if they're that purple color.
Speaking of your Rock Raiders thing, do you have any of those in your mock?
I don't. That's a pretty cool piece, though.
This is a newer rock piece that's dual molded, and it's just, I mean, look at that.
Yeah, hold
That
on.
is amazing.
Yeah. Super
That's a
neat.
geode right there.
That's
yeah,
great.
it's a geode. You can put a light in it.
Great
I mean,
to
it's
get
just
some light in it, yeah.
So cool. This is the first time I've seen it. We've
Yeah.
been getting a lot of
That's because
really.
Mark and I always steal them when they come in.
We've been getting a lot of much newer sets in lately. In fact, yesterday we got a built jazz club in.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this came in.
I think that's the second built jazz club we've had in.
So
we had one before
you
that.
see them online, but when you actually get to touch it and feel it,
Yeah, that's a neat piece.
it's
for
just
sure.
a whole different experience. And then I kind of wanted to talk about some of these city figures that we're getting in. We're getting a lot of these new city figures in, and this just happens to be the one that I chose off the table. But the city figures are really stepping up their game.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting really good.
They're like
This-
actually interesting characters now instead
Yeah.
of just
Looks like
generic
an Elvis impersonator.
business people.
Pretty sure they're naming them as well.
Yeah.
And Stunts is kind of helping out with that. Stunts has got a lot of cool looking characters, but even your run of the mill city sets are just really, really neat. And then, how have they discontinued this color yet?
No, I don't think so.
No, it's going strong.
You don't see it very often, and it really looks like fake Lego.
Yeah.
What is the
It
name
does.
of
It's
that
a little.
color?
It's a little milky color. It's. I
It's,
think it's just
high
neon-
visibility.
Neon yellow, I believe, is the official name.
Yeah.
bright light yellow, maybe?
No,
Yeah,
I think it's just neon yellow. Yeah. I usually call it highlighter yellow, but I believe the official name is just neon yellow.
They don't give you a lot of normal parts in that color either. They're all pretty specialty.
Yeah.
Usually
Sometimes in the
tiles.
police cars, they've got 1x6 or 1x8 plates just to give that kind of striping down the side. There was a police station we had in a couple weeks ago that had some nice ones, like that 2x2 L-shaped tile, as well as a 1x2 jumper in that color. So
Even the ambulance driver, though, has that color torso. She's got a dual molded hat, details on the hat. I mean, that's all much better than they've ever done.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Incredibly detailed figures and pieces. So Yeah.
City's finally making a come around.
exactly.
And then also Friends.
Friends have been looking really good. I was building the big downtown flower and design stores set, if I remember the name correctly. It's the Unity Street one.
Yeah.
It has like over 2,000 pieces in it, and they're all
It's
really
enormous,
detailed tiles and everything. It's really great. Fun build. I'm going to be bringing that into the store and doing Heart Lake City Dramas in it. It's going to be so much fun. So.
They're making them to, they are definitely appealing to guys now.
Yeah.
And they're making them so that you can put them in your city.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, they really do fit pretty well with the in a modular city.
They're as big. They have the same pin connectors on the sides, and they're just like, you could buy that and you have it's as big as Assembly Square for $160. So it's like, it's amazing. So.
Vibrant yellow. That may be the internal Lego name. Or
Vibrant yellow.
I mean, that's
neon yellow.
what it could be called, but yeah. And then I guess the only other thing that we're seeing a lot is these new instruction books, and I don't think I like them.
Yeah, these are less good.
They've been changing it a lot lately.
The only identifying thing is, I guess, the picture and then the logo that's up here, but in years past, they were color schemed. And so it's like, okay, Marvel, Star Wars, DC, City, but now they're all white. And it's really hard to find what you're looking for when you're looking through an.
Do you want to show those up to the camera here, Chris?
Yeah, you got Speed Champions, Avatar, Harry Potter, and Creator, and they all
look the same.
Yeah.
So the one that was really disappointing was the Blacktron Cruiser, the gift with purchase. It didn't even have a rendering on it. It was like just an outline, like a stencil of it.
Very plain, yeah.
So they're kind of constantly changing that up.
Yeah, I mean, and it may be just fine, and it might just be that I don't like change.
Yeah, probably.
Because
I agree.
I'm an old man.
Alrighty, yeah.
All right.
I'm not as big a fan of the instructions either, Chris. I think that's a bit of a step down as far as print quality.
Yeah. Are we ready for Star Wars?
Let's talk about.
Let's do some
here.
Star Wars.
Let's see.
All right, May the 4th is coming very soon. So let's start with your gift with purchases for May the 4th. Now these will be, May 1st through, I think 7th, or, more likely until, while supplies last. So if you spend $40, you get the X-Wing poly bag. I think we had an image of that one. Yeah, I mean, it's bigger than some other X-Wing poly bags have been in the past, but it's going to be about like what was last year's, an AT-ST.
Yeah.
And I think there was an Imperial Shuttle before that. So they're a little better than your average poly bag you'd get in Target or Walmart, but not by much. So I'm sure we'll have these coming out the wazoo.
So we talked about a UCS X-Wing being repetitive.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is really repetitive. This is
really
like...
repetitive.
Of all the things you could do another polybag, you probably could not find a more polybag item than an X-Wing. No minifig.
Star Wars polybags in general have really rarely ever come with minifigs.
This is embarrassingly annoying.
And the AT-STs last year, the nail in the coffin was, I think the price threshold was also like $40 last year, I think maybe, for that AT-ST. But then a couple weeks after May the 4th, they were showing up in, Walmart clearance bins. So that took any hint of value to it, right out the window.
So wait, I just missed that. You're saying that X-Wing is the gift with purchase?
That's the $40. Remember last year there were like 3 gift with purchases.
Somebody traded in like 10 of those the other day.
It would look about like it.
There's nothing special about that.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, it has the 40th anniversary
on
logo
the plastic
on it.
bag that
Yeah.
you throw away.
Throw away.
We've gotten those in already.
Oh wow!
You sure?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let me go
I
look.
don't know. You'd have to go look.
You gonna go look
for
for
it?
it?
Double check.
Right.
I don't think those have come out yet. If you spend $85, which was probably about the same threshold last year for the Beskar keychain, this year you will also be getting another long non-Lego item. So it's a coin, kind of, I imagine like the VIP coins. I think it even says Lego VIP on the back, but the front side has a print of the Death Star. And then it looks like a pack of playing cards, but they look sort of like holodeck cards or something with the Death Star plans on them, maybe. But they come in a box that's kind of thick, so I'm guessing maybe it's a pack of 52 playing cards, and maybe the Death Star part is just a cover. I don't think each card would have that on it. But it only says collectible coin or something in the description.
Yeah, it looks like a token to me. But those, I actually would like those. As a Star Wars fan, not even a very casual one, those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about that one. I think that's way more unique than another X-Wing polybag. So.
Yeah. Sure enough. Who traded those in?
I don't know. We got them in a couple weeks ago. I haven't even put them out yet. Look at that.
So we got them
Yeah,
here.
sure enough. That's it. Okay, well, there you go. There's your May the 4th promo.
And then
Live
Flounder
and in
says,
person.
I think those polybags came out several weeks ago. Yeah, it looks late.
Okay, well, there you go. So that's an
But-
even lamer.
So this has already been out, and they're announcing that this is going to be the $40 threshold.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So there's no incentive to spend $40. What a waste.
Yeah.
the cards are kind of cool, but the top interesting one. So for $150, you can get the Death Star 2 gift with purchase. You get the image for that one.
Oh yeah, let me get it up here.
So last year we got the Lars Homestead, which came with a brand new, never before made minifigure. This, I think we even talked about this last week. We said if they end up doing the Death Star 2, it's only going to be about the size of a baseball, and sure enough, that looks about how big it is.
And we also said that if they do the Death Star 2 with all the edges, it'll add to the parts count and make it smaller and less good.
Right. That's why it's smaller, because of that extra detail. But I understand why, because it is the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, not the 40th anniversary of A New Hope. So it makes sense that they weren't going to do the Death Star 1.
So that looks awesome.
I like it.
I think that's cool.
I don't think it's $150 cool, but
well, you have to spend $150 and it's free.
Right.
It's free,
right.
Daniel.
But I think there's the overwhelming response to these images came out either late last night or early this morning. The overwhelming response so far has been negative, I think, just because there's no minifigure with it. So I think we should have plenty of these coming in the store eventually.
So as someone who likes to build Lego spheres and has actually built stuff like that before,
Yeah.
I think that there are cooler ways of accomplishing the Death Star. I think that this is kind of a lame set, in my opinion.
But it's small and cheap.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
It's probably a tenth of the parts in this one.
But here's the thing. This has less parts and is less intricate than the one they did last year for a similar price point. So this is actually a step down.
Yeah,
That's true.
Statistically. So.
But it's
and
a
no
Death Star.
minifigure.
Yeah, that's true. It's a Death Star.
But it's not going to be in scale with any of the other things they're doing recently, like either the Nebulon B frigate from a couple years ago or the Executor class Star Destroyer that's coming out very soon, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I was at Ryan's house recently, and he had the globe, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the globe is about that big, about the size of a small basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And he had taken all the exterior plates off and put light bluish gray plates on,
Mm-hmm.
and made a Death Star 2 out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was perfect.
Yeah, that's all they have to do.
It was perfect. Like
Insane. Yeah.
So I think if Lego does come out with another set, it should be about that size, because they can't make it big enough. You just can't make it. So why waste the parts and the time and the energy making this giant Death Star 2 that's just going to be a display piece anyhow?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be as big as the last one.
It just needs to be a little more detailed, you know.
Yeah.
I think if they do
dribbles,
that globe size, they'll need to have more of an internal structure to it, though, because I've heard from some people who have the globe that it's already starting to have some either sagging issues or issues with the clips popping
We
off.
picked it up and we just kind of tossed it up, and it was really solid.
Yeah, sturdy.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So-
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see if they do anything else like that.
Some of the comments chiming in. We got T-Valker says Lego is getting really cheap, and she also said, "May the flop."
Yeah,
Oof.
it's a little bit of a weak lineup this year,
Yeah.
but
A casual fan could display the mini Death Star on their desk, but a casual fan wouldn't want to display Aunt Beth's kitchen.
Beirut's kitchen, yeah.
Yes, that's true. That makes sense, BJ. That's a good point.
That's
there.
true.
So. Mark's excited face and Mark's cringe face are very similar, just like when he sees Nexonites. Oh dear. So,
Okay.
alrighty.
Mark, you know, the best face is Salt Lake City drama face.
Yes.
Which is a very rare face. You have to be when Mark films Heart Lake City drama, he does it in here, and he shuts the door.
I'm a method
One of
actor.
these days I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna snipe him while he's
And
doing
I
it.
walked by one day and I saw Mark like with this new face on, and it's excited, it's passionate, it's fun, it's happy. And I'm like, wow, that's the Heart Lake City drama face.
Mhm.
That's cool.
I was in here yesterday
capture
and
it
he
one
had
day.
this little base plate with all these minifigures on it, and he starts talking about all their personalities and stuff, and my eyes just kind of glazed over, and I'm like, yeah, sure, Mark. Okay, all right, whatever you
Actually,
say.
if we need to pad the runtime, I can
and
bring
she-
out my
and
characters.
and she's like this, and they have this relationship, but then so and so's coming in, and they're doing this, and she poisoned him one time, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, okay, Mark, you're sure they
Hey,
did.
I have a really deep and complex headcanon for the Friends universe. So it's
clearly.
It's going to be great. So
Yeah.
We can go over to Daniel's desk and see what's going on at his desk.
Yeah, I'm playing with soldiers.
Yeah, he's playing with the...
There's blood and warfare, not girl drama.
We got a little bit of a lag on my feedback here on the screen, so hopefully it's not buffering for you guys too badly. Hopefully the stream is still running smoothly. Let us know if you have any issues. But yeah, so Star Wars Death Star, a little bit controversial maybe? Not sure.
Just underwhelming, I think, is an apt description for this year.
Let's see. So we got X-Wing, you got the Death Star, got the Death Star tokens. The one last thing we failed to talk about last week, I believe, was the cassette player.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we missed that one last year. So this is, it looks like it's going to be about the same as either the vintage camera or some of those other smaller VIP sets that come in that, kind of square yellow box with the instructions showing through as the actual cover. So you can add this to your vintage technology collection.
So
with the camera.
Yeah. Okay. So this is like a add-on then, right? Sort of.
Maybe they're going to continue to do more of those or something. I mean, the last one was from a different time period. That camera was probably, I don't know, more like 60s or 70s. This looks kind of like a Sony Walkman or something, so probably more like 80s.
Gotcha.
But the actual cassette player looks not too scaled down, but yet they've made these headphones that look really, really tiny, so I'm not sure that's quite in scale.
Yeah, those are toddler headphones. That's not quite the same.
But an interesting thing nonetheless.
The men with white jacket restraints might show up for Mark.
Yeah, they're gonna wheel in the. Oh man, we should do that as a short or something. Get one of the hand trucks and bring it in.
Yeah, and just have me all...
put you in a white long sleeve T-shirt.
Don't drink the coffee. No.
Call Marcel. Call Marcel. Have him post bail. Marcel's got to be the guy with all the money.
Yeah, he's the benefactor.
Exactly. He's the mysterious benefactor. You need a Heart Lake City drama wiki to keep track of all the characters in canon. You know what?
Don't.
You know what, Morgan?
Don't. Don't even go there.
Everything's so expensive in Heart Lake City. Inflation is really high there.
It's rampant.
They pay $100 for everything.
Yes.
Imagine how much bail would cost in Heart Lake City.
It'd be like hundreds
It'd be
and
a
hundreds
pallet
of
of $100 bills.
Good
Actually,
grief.
I have taken pictures of Mark doing Heart Lake City drama. I just can't find it.
We're probably going to intentionally document the process, and Daniel's just going to be standing outside the window filming me as I actually do the process.
See. Maybe we'll throw it out to our members.
Yeah. The crystal
channel
addiction
members.
got the best of Mark. Oh no. Oh no.
All right, my last Star Wars news is we have some more information about the minifigures coming in the Advent calendar. So we will be getting the 212th Trooper, which notably was in the ATTE, but then also came out in those European magazine foil packs, which kind of brought the value down. Now that it's going to be in the Advent calendar, which is also available in the U.S., those magazine foil packs are only available in Europe. Now that's going to be in the Advent calendar, that figure should be much more widely available. So we're going to be getting a 212 Trooper, Omega, an Ewok, and a battle droid, of course. I think there's a battle droid pretty much every year in the Advent calendar, but a really interesting array of figures. So we've got a prequels figure, a Bad Batch figure, a Return of the Jedi figure, and then I guess a battle droid is also prequels, but a very kind of odd array. In past years they'd kind of been theming the Advent calendar, like we had an all Mandalorian themed year. So this year they're really doing sort of a grab bag again. So it'll be interesting to see what all the little side builds are.
Back to Heart Lake City drama.
Okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, Bricklore is asking, how have sales of Marcel been since Heart Lake City drama? Did we even put them online?
We need to, because we have the torsos ready, or we ordered some, or something. We should have enough that we could sell some Marcel figures to people.
Yeah.
Our version of Marcel.
I actually have an idea that I came up with yesterday. I'll have to run it past you, but it does involve Heart Lake City drama.
Sweet.
Customized Mark minifigure.
Yep.
That's all I'm going to say.
We can do that. We'll work it out. So. I need my $100 coffee. Better get Emma's blackmail photos. Exactly. Exactly.
We should sell Heart Lake City drama coffee in our
or
machine for $100
or a cup.
Yeah.
Now poison free.
Heart Lake City drama. Actually, me and Randy are talking about a shirt, which would be so easy.
Ooh, yeah.
Like a pink or purple shirt you could wear. So if you want to represent the feminine side, so yeah.
Or make it a black shirt. Make it look mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a grunge-looking Heart Lake City drama.
Jail bars with Stephanie.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody's got sent to jail.
Marcel.
Yeah,
I always imagined it more like a Real Housewives or
Yep.
one of those awful drama shows,
You should do a
teen drama.
picture of Marcel behind bars and put at the bottom #free Marcel. And wear it to a Lego convention.
I don't think anybody
"What
wants to
is
free
going
Marcel.
on
I think Marcel will be right where he belongs.
Yep.
He'll
Black
get
shirt
his
with
comeuppance.
pink Heart Lake City drama logo. Yeah, that would be pretty good, Rick Bumvia. We'll probably have at least a couple versions of this shirt at some point. I mean, it's gonna happen. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
So. Is there a I Love Heart Lake City cup in one of the sets? Yeah, so there's an actual Heart Lake City cup, but it's not Heart Lake
Printed
City
mug.
drama.
Yeah.
Right.
You need to add that extra drama,
Yeah.
otherwise it's not so exciting. So,
Mobro for Life said, not that awful 212 clone. Yeah, it's one that not everybody loves because those additional helmet holes, but if you are looking to army build it, it should be more widely available in the near future.
and Nexus is X says, "Ew, don't be weird, Marcel."
Marcel is always weird. Let him be who he's going to be his true self. He's not going to hide it.
Alrighty, we're at 50 minutes, and I think we've covered most of our news. Anything
I
else? you
still
want to
have a
We got
whole
plenty.
list
All right,
here.
well,
Let's-
you better
let's go
get
through
through
it.
it. I'm done.
All right, first of all, I need help. All right, so
Okay.
this set here is
I
a
bet Gary will buy it.
basic little Technic set. I mean, it's not expensive. It's $10 to $20. Came out in 2021. This is the wrong set. Okay, I've got another one. I might have put the wrong one out. But the date is X'd out on the other one.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know what that means.
I've heard about that before.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I know I've heard about it.
And so it's been sitting on my desk for like over a year now, and I'm just like, I don't know why I noticed it, but I was like, oh, this is just so
it says
strange.
copyright XXXX.
Yeah.
I think I heard about it. I don't know if it was on a different set or something, but it was like they do that in the box proofs when they're designing the boxes. They start with like a template, and there was a set where they had forgotten to change it. Like they may leave it through partway till the process till they know what year it's actually coming out in. If it's going to be towards the tail end of one year versus the start of the next one. And I'm going to guess they just forgot to change it.
So my guess is doesn't add any value to it.
Not a Technic set.
Probably
Because
not if it was on every set
even
in
the
that first
Republic
run.
gunship, they put the wrong logo, Star Wars logo on it.
Yeah.
Changed it, and I don't think that misprint is worth any more.
Not really. No.
They
Not
also
yet
spelled
anyway, yeah.
shield wrong in the DeLorean, the original Ideas DeLorean set.
That was on a
And
sticker, which is actually, or a print.
It was on the box and the printed title.
Right. It was actually in the set as opposed to just being on the box art, so that probably would add more value since it's a real Lego piece.
But it didn't.
Yeah.
Not particularly. No. So.
Give it time. It might. It just depends on how many they produced with it, how the supply is.
Okay. Well, Daniel answered my question, I think. So that
Maybe.
does make sense.
Again, I don't remember the specifics, but I think it is something you should be able to look up.
We've been talking about the Legoland Discovery Center in Atlanta and how they keep saying grand opening and stuff like that, and it's like, what's going on? So obviously they renovated it.
I actually had somebody email or messaging us on through like the Google thing. I think they thought we were the Legoland Discovery Center because they were talking about how they tried to come visit and it was temporarily closed. And I was like, yeah, I think you're thinking of the Legoland Discovery Center.
Yeah.
And they asked if I knew when it was open, and I was like, honestly, I don't.
So I found a news article that listed 5 new things that they have there. They got rid of a couple of things that were less popular, and they added a few things. They've got this new activity that's you build a spaceship out of Lego, and then you scan it in and play that spaceship in like a video game, maybe like a Space Invaders game.
That's fun.
They have more Duplo play areas for younger kids. They have a minifig machine, kind of like the Disney Springs Lego store and some of the bigger Lego
custom
stores
printing.
where they custom print a torso. They used to have 1 master model builder on staff. Now they have 3 master model builders, and what they're doing with those master model builders is holding more events and classes for kids.
Yeah.
And then they have car racing stations.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's what's interesting about it is that they've adopted some ideas that we have here.
Yeah, they're starting to look like Atlanta Brick Co. Yeah.
You know.
Well, I was also going to say it's a lot of stuff they have at Lego House. At Lego House, they're very in tune with how kids like to play with stuff, and they know they love racing cars, and they've got the minifig printing machine. They've also got something like that spaceship one you mentioned, except I think the one at Lego House is it was a fish. You build like a fish and then scan it in, and it swims around in the tank.
So this was the first Legoland Discovery Center that they remodeled apparently in the country, and they're going to start doing the others as well.
Yeah, they get outdated after a while if you don't.
Yeah, that's good they did that, because from all reports, like, the Atlanta Discovery Center wasn't like the most amazing discovery to discover. So
I never discovered it, that's for sure.
The somebody mentioned on here, actually it was Emmy, mentioned the Art of the Brick. Just he's gone around for 5-6 years now doing the Art of the Brick show, Nathan Swaya, and he's changed it up now, and it's something like it's called some immersive experience, and there's just different. He's taken the same ideas and the same type of art made with Lego, and he's changed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's on display right now in Atlanta, but that's a traveling show, so that'll go to other cities as well.
Just look up the Art of the Brick, and you should be able to find where it currently is located. I think it's currently in Atlanta, and we should probably go cover it for content at some point.
Yeah, I haven't
sponsor.
I haven't heard one way or another if it's good or better or what.
The few people that I've talked to about it have all said it's cool, it's worth going. So I'm sure it's interesting. So yeah.
All right, you got 4 minutes, Chris. What else you got?
All right, talked about that. Brick Tales is coming to mobile on April 27th.
Yeah.
Cool. I might actually play it now.
Yeah, I need to get
I've been waiting to
a
play
copy of that on my computer and play it, because that sounds like a fun game for sure. Looking forward to Lego 2K Drive too. That should be fun. So.
And the a temporary visitors center has been set up in Chester, Virginia, for the new Lego factory.
Wow.
So if you drive by now, it looks like an open field, but there's like a trailer, and it's got a big minifigure on it, and it says visitors center, and it's where you can go apply for jobs and stuff like that.
Cool.
So they actually have something
Not
in
really
place.
something
facility.
worth visiting, more of a business office.
You know, it's for normal people, no, but for people like us, if we're anywhere near it, it would probably be neat to drive by and get updates on it and stuff like that, because it's a big deal. It's a very big deal.
If only we knew someone who was in Virginia every now and then, we could convince them to go cover it.
I have offered to drive you to Brick Fair, Virginia, and house you free of charge. So I think that's more on you, Mark.
Yeah, you're right. We'll see if we can arrange something. At least somebody from Atlanta Brick Co. go check it out and get a picture. At least we'll see. So, yeah.
I'm in Virginia all the time.
Actually, Brick Mom VA just said, I might need to go check that out. Maybe we could have a
there you go.
She could call in and do a live
she could,
thing.
do some satellite reporting.
We'll see how that works
in
out.
the field.
It's probably only like a 3-4 hour drive
to Chester from where she lives. No, that's like an hour and a half, maybe 2.
Okay.
Yeah, not a terrible drive for our friends in Virginia. So, yeah, get Rock Raiders done and come here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so if I get Rock Raiders done in a miraculous amount of time, I will be there.
You'd have to take a week off.
Yeah, more than a week, honestly. So yeah, we'll see Brick Bombay. It would be a lot of fun. We'll see. I know that there will be Atlanta Brick Co. representation at Brick Fair, Virginia.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, as always. But yeah, I think that's about all we have time for today. We're almost to an hour show, which was a lot longer than I think we expected. We made a lot of news out of a small news day, so it's great.
Yeah, not anywhere near last week, that's for sure. We were spoiled last week. We were going rapid fire.
Yeah, but we still had a great time. Thank you all for joining us. Hope you guys enjoyed our time and chatting with us. We do this every week, so come back next Wednesday morning. We'll be here. We'll also have a evening stream tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern Time with Stephen and Garrett. That's a lot of fun. Definitely recommend tuning into that. And we also have that Friday store tour as usual. So we'll see you guys then. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
See ya.